woman sets fire to a stranger's porch and says they were a witch. And so that's the reason she had to do it, put up the picture full of mass. Obviously, she's happy about her decision. Per court records reviewed by Law&Crime, 46-year-old Michelle Young of Burlington, Iowa, was arrested after she allegedly started a fire on the porch of a stranger's home, explaining that she was a witch and the home had a sign that read, "Witch is welcome." Young was taken into custody on Tuesday and charged with one serious misdemeanor count of reckless use of fire or explosive or a destructive device. Young was booked into the county jail in lieu of a $5,000 bond. Her preliminary court hearing is scheduled on the afternoon of March 29th. Now, obviously, there's some saying, she already is getting away with a very light charge here. According to a news release from the Burlington, Iowa Police Department, officers responded to a home in the 2200 block of Vineyard Avenue in Burlington, Iowa at 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday after the homeowner called 911 and reported receiving an alert of motion from her security camera. So just imagine you in this position. You get an alert that somebody's at your house. The homeowner was not in her residence at that time, but told the dispatcher that a woman had just lit a fire on her porch. The homeowner also noted that she did not know who the woman was and had never interacted with the alleged fire starter. Once there, first responders said they found Young on the porch. She told the officers that her friend lived in the home before allegedly confessing that she had just started a fire on the porch of the residence. Police said firefighters from the Burlington Fire Department quickly put out the fire, which caused minimal damage to the residence. Officers placed Young under arrest and during a search found that she did have drug paraphernalia, resulting in an additional misdemeanor charge. According to a report from the Hawkeye, Young also told police that she had been walking around the area, picking up a slew of random items before she got to the residence. Believing it was her friend's home, she said she knocked on the door 3 times but no one answered. She claimed the home had a sign that read, "Witch is welcome." She then reportedly told officers that she was a witch herself and decided to set some clothing and a few of the items she had just collected on fire. She reportedly emphasized that she did not intend for the fire to harm anyone or get out of control and damage said property. Now, I will say this does seem to me like a mental health crisis. And obviously, one of the signs of a mental health crisis is a person's willingness to not cover up what they've done. A sign that you knew what you were doing is your willingness to try to cover it up. And that's utilized in the court of law. That becomes one of those, well, if you thought it was right, why would you try to hide it? There's no indication she really tried to hide anything. She admitted to it pretty quickly. Definitely there's a cause and effect relationship on a macro level of our inadequate mental health systems in America. But when you look at everything based on the narrative here, this individual was experiencing some level of break with reality. If it was drug induced or if it was a purely mental break or if it was a combination of both, we do not know. But we definitely see the signs that this was a mental health issue. She probably should not have been charged at all, given the evidence at hand. But this is what happens when you don't have a fancy attorney advocating your case. All right, David, thoughts here?
Lessons in all of this. If you have a friend who's going through a mental health crisis and they're turning to drugs, that's a double dose of problems. Yep. And if they say, "Hey, come over, I've got this great broomstick and a brew that I've been cooking up," don't try it.
Don't try it.
Get them a psychologist or therapist. Don't go over and taste whatever they've been making.
There you go. Well said.